Cool. So we're here with John from Core2 out of Chicago.
Yeah.
And he's got a new way of doing professional services that I think is super smart.
Yeah, thanks for the intro, Adam. Yeah, I'm John. I'm the CEO of Core2. We started last year. I've been in identity and access management for 17 years now, working alongside Adam for a lot of them. Back in the Oracle days is where we met. Currently, I started a consulting company last year, Core2. We concentrate on nearshore identity and access management services. So my business partner, Roberto Eller, he's based out of Guatemala. So what he used to do is he worked for SailPoint, and SailPoint initially tried to do offshoring in India, but with the time zone issues, it never really took off. So when he was there, he convinced them there's a boatload of talent in Mexico City, central time zone, they speak English well. He was able to convince them to send him to Mexico City, build up that office, train resources, get him on projects. That went really well. But he's originally from Guatemala. He wanted to go back home. He ended up leaving SailPoint, going back to Guatemala, got out of identity and access management for about a year, then reached out to me. He got sucked back in. It is honestly a very tough industry to leave. It's such a small world in identity access management.
And everyone keeps calling you. You're like, I'm done. I'm going to do this stuff. And all of a sudden it's like, hey, I got a gig. It's like, dude, no. And then, no, come on. It's like, I'll pay you. It's like, okay, fine.
I believe you. It's the same thing with David Lee. When I talked to him, he tried to get out of it and got sucked back in. We always do. Yeah, but he got sucked back in. We started it last year. We hired a couple of resources. We're growing. Got them trained up, got them on projects. So it's going well. So the nearshore consulting model.
I think that's super smart. When I left Mycroft, I did a brief stint with a company called CTI. And they were the first ones I saw do that, where they had a huge office down in Buenos Aires. Because they're like, look, same time zone, everyone speaks English well. It's not the different accent. Everyone, it's more similar. Everyone's used to that Spanish type of accent. Yep. And they did really well with it. So I think it's super smart what you're doing.
Yeah,
for sure.
and currently, it's Guatemala, but we actually just talked to a resource in Argentina.
Oh.
So I might have to hire him just so I could have an excuse to go to Buenos Aires.
I love Buenos Aires. It's amazing there.
Yeah, I haven't been. That's something on the bucket list.
It's like a Parisian New York down in Argentina with amazing food and super friendly people.
Right on the water.
Yeah.
Dollar goes far these days.
Hey, you can do the Uruguay passport run, so you never have to leave too.
Yeah, you're right.
So what kind of software are you focused on? Like you said, Oracle?
Yeah, so mainly right now we've been doing SailPoint implementation work.
Oh, SailPoint, okay.
Yeah, on the Identity IQ and Identity Now side, we're focusing primarily on that initially, and then probably building a managed service offering. I think one of the big things that a lot of our partners that we've been working with have been asking is, are you guys going to get into managed services with more reasonable rate resources out of Central America and South America? It makes sense to build up the managed service offering. There's a lot of clients here that have a need for it, and with everyone going to SaaS, it's not the big monolithic OIM deployments that we used to do, and just an upgrade of OIM was like a 6 to 8 month project. With everything going SaaS, it's not that anymore. It's more just adding on some services, onboarding applications.
So let me ask you this: do you do fixed bid contracts?
We haven't yet, but I mean, if the correct fixed bid contract came along. I think it's been a while since I've done a fixed bid contract.
Yeah, everyone got spooked in the 2000s because everyone got raped. If you did it, because it took to install the software would take a year, right? Just to get the stuff done, and we'll get it done in 3 months because the sales guys go in and just have no idea what they're doing. So they, we're gonna make $100,000, like negative $100,000 later.
Yes, we had that with a fixed bid Oracle upgrade once.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, I mean, in the managed services space, I think it does make sense to do fixed bid. I think it's a lot easier to scope that these days, especially when it's not sales guys, it's myself and Roberto doing the scoping.
Yeah.
I don't have to rely on a sales guy to do it.
I think that's all the engineers and the developers have learned how to sell. So now we know how to talk to the clients directly. So we're like, no, this guy's an idiot. This is actually what's going to happen. Trust me, I've done this 20,000 times.
Yeah, this is what happens when you get me and Adam talking. We trash on sales guys. We'll eventually trash on PMs.
I've gotten so many PMs fired over the years. I think that's I had little notches.
Yeah,
before
that was what you were known for.
Let me forward that email for you. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you're getting all the credit for the work we're doing.
Hey, as long as you send them your weekly status.
Hey, yep, make sure I submit my time. Now it's my daily stand-ups. Like, did I move the thing over in the Kanban board? Did I put the comments in? Okay.
Yeah.
I can keep my job.
Yeah, so I'm really interested in the blockchain stuff you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
I admittedly am definitely behind on that.
We're going to change that.
Yeah. That I would not mind.
Yeah, I mean, because the world's definitely going there, and it's just like serverless architecture, right? Like in the beginning, if it was cloud, then cloud became serverless is really the key benefit of the cloud architecture.
Yeah, and then all these breaches, ransomware stuff that's happening. Everyone is going to get breached. That's why there's the whole zero trust architecture taking off. But truly, the solution for that is being decentralized.
Well, did you see the token company? They have that ring.
Which one is that?
So right as soon as you walk in.
Is that Ubico or is that
No. They're their own thing. So they made a ring. Right now they only have like a prototype, it looks like, but it's like a metal ring. On the inside of it is a fingerprint sensor to take your fingerprint to authenticate, to verify the fingerprint. Then from there, it's got an NFC chip in it. So you can just tap your hand to authenticate. And then until you take it off, you remain authenticated as a person.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. It's like, as me to have it for fun, but I'm thinking like from an enterprise perspective, if I was to walk into any bank and be like, hey guys, you all need to wear these rings while you're at work. I'd be like, man, this is some tough selling. I don't know if that's gonna happen. And it's $300 a pop.
Whew.
So, or they lease them for $10 a month, I believe.
Maybe you can get some like California startup that'll buy them.
Yeah, but it's like I just don't know if people are gonna want to wear when I'm at work I have to wear this thing. It's like people are gonna be like, oh, they're tracking my location. People are gonna have the tinfoil hat issue. Like, no, we just want to make sure your shit's not getting stolen because you keep writing the password down on your desk.
What is interesting is like 15, 20 years ago, we all had RSA hard tokens.
Yeah.
They got rid of that for soft tokens, push notifications, SMS text, and now they're going back to passkeys and UB keys and
now we need something physical.
Yeah, need something physical again.
Yep. Yeah, we're actually working on a product where we're taking like Web3 wallets to use as your authentication device. So this way, all you need is the private key. So as long as you can sign a message with your private key, whether it's soft, hardware, whatever, then you can authenticate yourself in. So you can be as simple as your MetaMask wallet right in the browser, or a hardware wallet that's locked in a vault protected by armed guards.
Nice.
So it's like it's up to you as to how secure you need that particular thing to be.
Do you work with the Decentralized Identity Foundation at all?
Okay. Yeah, so we're big into the decentralized identity.
Yeah,
stuff.
that project seemed very interesting. And also there was like, what's it called, Sovereign?
Sovereign ID.
Yeah, Sovereign ID.
So that's really what we're doing is like the authentication system that we have is truly decentralized identity. That's where I have very difference of opinion with a lot of these guys that say they have decentralized identities. Like, oh, look, we have decentralized identities. I'm not going to name companies right now, but they don't, because decentralized means it's everywhere. Yeah. No one owns it.
Right.
But all these decentralized identity companies that say they have it, well, it's on their servers that they own and they control. And it's like, oh, but it's a blockchain, but it's a private blockchain that we own and we control. And if you wanted to, really, they could go and change the data and rewrite all the hashes. So it's kind of like, why not just use a database? You're just buying into the hype. Yeah. So
you're utilizing blockchain, but not really for the purpose that it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I'll put Microsoft on blast, but you got the Entra ID. So they're doing, and so here's the thing though. No big company is going to put a ton of money into developing decentralized identity if they're not going to make money on it, right? So the fact that they still own it and control it makes total sense. But because they're doing that, it's getting people to talk about decentralized identity and understand what it is and start integrating it. And all of a sudden, people are going to be like, oh, shit, this is really where everything's going to be going. So that's why we're coming out with a really, truly decentralized. No one actually owns it. It's your Ethereum wallet address, which is the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah,
so it's truly decentralized. Yeah, exactly.
So it's all on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, and it's not like what we're developing is not like crazy rocket science. Like, we're totally innovative that we're using wallets to sign in, because in all decentralized applications for blockchain, you use your wallet to authenticate and sign messages. Yeah. So it's not like some new technology. It's like, this is what's protecting trillions of dollars right now. So it's just enterprises using it because they're like, oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah. So, yeah, it's fun stuff. And then we're tying that into traditional federation. So once you authenticate and sign that message with your wallet, we then build that OIDC token or whatever. And so then you can do
all your enterprise apps that
you're tied into everything.
Integrate with it. Yeah, no, that sounds ideal.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, you guys are ahead of the curve on that.
Dude, you're gonna join us. We're gonna get you into the blockchain world. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're definitely glad we ran into each other.
Cool, man. Anything else you want to say and tell these tens of viewers that are watching us right now?
No, just, it's a small world. I'm glad we're running into each other again. And yeah, thanks for having me on the podcast.
Cool. Awesome, man.